नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी असत देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय, गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय, राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय, राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। जय राधा गिरधारी राधे, जय राधा गिरधारी राधे, जय राधा मदन मोहन राधे, जय राधा मदन मोहन राधे, जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा, जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा। जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे, जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे, जय जय गुरुदेव 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 गुरुदेव। जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद। निताई गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। बोलो श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। बोलो हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय। निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदनंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदनंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। यमुना तीर वनचारी यमुना तीर वनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम राम हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। 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 ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च। श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय। वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा। Welcome everyone in Bhagavatam class, Bhagavad Gita class. So last time we have seen till 5.10. So today we'll see from 5.11 onwards. Thank you all of you for participating in this class. So last time it was verse number 10, where it was discussed that performing duty without attachment and surrendering results unto Supreme Lord, these two things are very important, and it leads to unaffected by sinful action. So if you are performing duty for Krishna, performing duty for Krishna means what? Well, you do your activity and offer the entire results to Krishna, onto the lotus feet of Krishna, Supreme Lord Krishna. Then whatever sinful reaction will not touch you, as the lotus leaf is untouched by words. There was one very good analogy given of lotus leaf. Although you know that lotus leaf being in water never touches the lotus leaf, so it is untouched by water. Similarly, you are working in material world, but if your activity belongs to Krishna, the sinful reaction will not touch you. Okay, we have seen person acting in Niskam Karmic platform. What are the realizations? What are the actions? What are the results? Okay, so what is the result? Finally, do not incur any sin. Okay, even if you by mistake perform some mistake, but a sinful reaction will not. Sinful reaction will not occur, will not harm you. Okay, Krishna is the source of everything. Krishna idam vashyam. Okay, isa vashyam idam sarvam. So Krishna is the source of everything. Everything belongs to Krishna only. One who knows perfectly well that he is the proprietor of everything, therefore engages everything in the service of the Lord. If you know that Krishna is the only proprietor, Krishna is the supreme proprietor. Supreme proprietor means what? Everything belongs to Krishna. So when I say everything belongs to Krishna, so whatever activity you perform, you will not be attached to that activity. I am working for Krishna. It is the will of Lord Krishna that I should perform this activity. So Krishna has given me, assigned me this task to do. Okay, so when this is the thinking, then there is no chances of occurring any sinful reaction. Okay, engages everything in the service of the Lord. Naturally has nothing to do with the results of his activities. Okay, whether virtuous or sinful, whatever result is there, virtuous or sinful. Okay, I am just performing according to the will of Krishna. That is the motto. So a very good analogy was given, lotus leaf untouched by water, in the verse number 10. Now we will see today verse number 11. Okay, so verse number 11 talks about abandoning attachment. Act with body, mind, intelligence, and even with the senses only for the purpose of purification. So engage all your senses unto the lotus feet of Krishna. Engage yourself 24 hours, 7 days in a week, 365 days in a year, every moment in the service of Lord Krishna. Okay. So now we'll see today verse number 11. कायेन मनसा बुद्धया केवलैर इन्द्रियैरपि योगिनः कर्म कुर्वन्ति संगम त्यक्त्वात्मशुद्धये. Okay, the yogis abounding attachment act with body, mind, intelligence, and even with the senses, only for the purpose of purification. So every time, every moment, you have to engage all your senses unto the purification. And how you can purify? You have to engage your senses unto the Krishna conscious activity only. So whatever activity you are performing, it should be Krishna consciousness. You are performing it for Krishna. It is the desire of Krishna that you should act, you should perform that particular action for the benefit of Krishna. Okay, so abandoning attachment, act with body, mind, intelligence, and even with the senses only for the purpose of purification. So let us see what is the realization, what is the action, and what is the results. Okay, so person acting in Niskam Karma Yoga platform, what is the realization for him? Knows that everything belongs to Krishna only. So this is the realization. When you realize this, that everything belongs to Krishna, I am not the proprietor. Krishna is the supreme proprietor. My body belongs to Krishna, my mind belongs to Krishna, my intelligence belongs to Krishna, or my all senses belong to Krishna. So whatever you have it for Krishna. So Krishna is related with everything. Then that is the great realization. Okay. And what is the action? Act with body, mind, intelligence, and senses only for purification. I am working for Krishna. Whatever result, whatever money I get, it doesn't belong to me. It is for Krishna. I am going to utilize it for Krishna. I am going to utilize in devotion. I will donate some amount to temple. I will sponsor prasadam. Okay, that kind of thinking will purify your mind, intelligence, and body. Okay, and action in Krishna consciousness causes automatic purification. Once you start acting in the direction of Krishna consciousness, this process itself purifies you. Okay, because it is done for Krishna's senses, not for your senses. So you are not working for your sense. You are working for sense gratification of Krishna. Okay, so that is known as purification process. And what is sadachar? It refers to purified activities which are easily done by acting in Krishna consciousness. So what is sadachar? Sadachar means you are acting for Krishna consciousness. You are performing activity for Krishna consciousness. That is known as sadachar. And what is the result? We have seen realization, we have seen actions. Now what is the result? Result, he is at once dovetailed with Krishna. Your all senses, your entire senses are engaged in the service of Krishna. So he is at once dovetailed with Krishna. He is one with Krishna in desire and is devoid of the false ego that leads one to believe that he is the body. Okay, if you act for Krishna consciousness, your entire organs, all the senses will be engaged in the service of Krishna. And ego and all these things will not come into picture, will not disturb you. You all time will be working for Krishna. This is the result. And your body, mind, intelligence will be purified. So if you are engaging your senses in the service of Krishna, your everything will be purified. It means what? Whatever you have, you are engaging to fulfill the desire of Krishna. Why? Because Krishna is the supreme proprietor. Why? Because Krishna is the original creator of this universe. So everything belongs to Krishna. Okay? So this is the verse number 11. In Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.2.187, it is said, Iha yas harer dashe karmana manasa gira nikhilash api avasthasu जीवन मुक्ता स उच्यते. इहा यस्य हरेर्दास्ये कर्मणा मनसा गिरा निखिलाश्व अपि अवस्थासु जीवन मुक्ता स उच्यते. So anyone who by his actions, mind and words lives only for the transcendental loving service of the Lord is certainly a liberated soul, even though he may appear to be in a condition of material existence. So already we have discussed that same thing is written in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. It says that you have all the senses, all the organs, and you engage all these things in the service of Krishna. You have mind, think about Krishna. You have tongue, speak about Krishna. Taste Krishna Prasadam. Engage all your senses in the bhakti, devotional service. So whatever you have, engage in the devotional service. That is written in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. You see now, Karma Yoga, action in Krishna Consciousness, verse number 12. So devotees attains unadulterated peace, non-devotees becomes entangled. So whatever we have, whatever devotees have, same thing non-devotees also have. They have mind, they have body, they have intelligence. Everyone has same thing. Now devotees engage their senses unto the lotus feet of Krishna for the satisfaction of will of Krishna, but non-devotees, they work for themselves. They work for to fulfill their own desire. They engage every time, all the moment to satisfy their own desire. So that is the problem. Okay, so devotees can be liberated, but non-devotees will entangle into their own activity. They will be attached because they are attached. So what is the secret of Krishna consciousness? Realization that there is no existence besides Krishna is the platform of peace and fearlessness. So if you have surrendered, if you are a surrendered soul, you will be fearlessness. There will be real peace. That is the real peace. Okay. So this is the secret of Krishna consciousness. The devotees are always in peace. They have no fear. Why? Because they are working for Krishna. Who will fear? Those who are working for themselves. Okay. Today you may get profit, tomorrow you will get loss. Okay. Today you get profit, tomorrow you will get profit. Day after tomorrow also you get profit. But someday or the other day you will get loss also. So you are attached to the result. Okay. So you will be in tension. It is a headache for you. When you get loss, this is a tension. So devotees also get loss, but they are not attached to the result. So whether they get profit, it is for Krishna. Whether they get loss, it is for Krishna. So everything is for Krishna. So there is no duality in mind. I will get profit, I will get loss. No. Whatever Krishna desires, I will do my activity, I will perform the activity which is assigned by Krishna. Even you get the job, it is the will of Krishna. It is not like I have done so many things. It is the result that I have got this job. I am the cause of getting this job. No. It is the desire of Krishna that you are getting job. Okay. So devotees are not attached to the result. They work for Krishna. That's why they get the real peace and they have fearlessness inside. But those who are non-devotees, they get entangled. Why? Because they are working for themselves. Okay. So devotees attains unadulterated peace. Non-devotees becomes entangled. So, verse number 12. 5.12. युक्तः कर्म फलं त्यक्त्वा शान्तिम् आपनोति नैष्ठिकीम् अयुक्तः कामकारेण फले सक्तो निबध्यते. The steadily devoted soul attains unadulterated peace. Who attains? Yogis. Why? They steadily perform devotional service. Because he offers the result of all activities to me. Lord Krishna is saying, those who are yogis, their every activity belongs to me. So that's why they get the unadulterated peace. Whereas a person who is not in union with the divine, who is greedy for the fruits of his labor, every activity belongs to me, he is attached with the results, becomes entangled. Okay, so if you are attached with your activity and the results, you will get entangled, 100%. So Lord Krishna himself is saying, telling Arjuna, oh Arjuna, stand up and fight. You will not incur anything by killing all these enemies. Why? Because you are following my order. If you are doing it for me, no sinful action will incur. Okay? So don't get entangled into your activity. Even if you are living in this material world, you are working for Krishna. It is the desire of Krishna that I have got this job. Now it is my duty to perform it 100%. Okay? So what happens? Those who are in material world only attached to the result of his activities. I am doing hard work. So all these results of activities will belong to me. I will enjoy, I will earn lot of money, I will make lot of money, I will enjoy my life. Why? I am doing this. I am the owner, I am the proprietor. Okay, so this is their thinking. Because functioning in the conception of duality. Okay, if they get profit, they will enjoy. They will go to club, they will go to movie, they will watch Hollywood, Bollywood, Tollywood, Collywood movie. I want lot of money, I will enjoy. Okay, they will enjoy with woman, they will enjoy with sex. Always, they are always in anxiety. I have lot of money, how to spend this? And if they get lost, they have no money. Oh God, I have got lost. Now it is you who can save me. So once they get lost, they remember Krishna. They give the entire problem to Krishna. Oh Krishna, you solve it. But when they get profit, I am the enjoyer. I have earned, this is my hard earned money. So they are always in anxiety. They are always in anxiety. And this anxiety causes entanglement. Now what do you think that all these stages are not happening with devotees? All these are happening with devotees also. But devotees are not attached with the results. I got profit, it is the will of Krishna. I get lost, it is also the will of Krishna. So there is no anxiety. Why? Because they are not attached to the results. If you are attached to the result, then it will happen. You will get entangled. Okay. So now, what are the devotees? They are only attached to Krishna. They are not attached to results. They are attached to Krishna. They are also attached. Those who are living in material life, those who are non-devotees, they are also attached, and devotees are also attached. But devotees are attached to Krishna, and non-devotees are attached to results of their activity, fruits. Okay, so devotees are only attached to Krishna and they work for Krishna. They perform activities in Krishna consciousness, and they are in absolute plane. All that exists is a product of Krishna's energy, and Krishna is all good, hence no duality. They don't have in their mind that I will get profit, someday I will get loss, again profit and loss, profit, loss, profit, loss. This anxiety is not there in mind. Whatever Krishna is assigning activity, I am performing it. They are just performing it. And they are performing it for Krishna. So there is no anxiety. There is no duality in mind. Okay? If there is no duality in mind, there will be no anxiety. Anxiety will go away, vanish. Okay? So he has no anxiety over the results of his work. He has no anxiety over the results of his work. Why? Because he is not attached to the results of his activity. Okay? So it's certainly in liberated state. It's certainly in liberated state. Why? Because he has no anxiety. He has no duality. So no duality, no anxiety. It means what? He is in a liberated state. So one is therefore filled with peace. If you are liberated, it means peace is there. Okay? It is said in Bhagavad Gita 18.54. So what are the causes of anxiety? Srimad Bhagavatam is being once functioning in the conception of duality. If there is duality, then there will be anxiety. That is without knowledge of the absolute truth. Why anxiety is there? You don't have knowledge about Krishna. And Krishna is the absolute truth. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna possesses all the five opulences. Wealth, fame, everything belongs to Krishna. Strength, beauty. Krishna is more handsome. No one can compete him. He is very, very beautiful. His activities are beautiful. He is beautiful. He is handsome. He possesses, he is the proprietor, he is the supreme proprietor. He is the proprietor of entire wealth. He is the proprietor of entire universe. What to say about the person who gets a little bit beauty, a little bit handsome? It is the will of Krishna. So that handsome is the will of Krishna. That beautiness is the handsome of Krishna, is the will of Krishna. If you possess lot of money, it is the will of Krishna. It belongs to Krishna. So whatever you have it for Krishna. This should be the right thinking. When you think like this is the Krishna consciousness thinking. And you will never get entangled into this material world. You will not be attached. Although you are working 24 hours in the material world, but you will not be entangled. Okay? So one is therefore filled with peace in Krishna consciousness. So if you are in Krishna consciousness, you will be filled with peace. That is the real peace. That is the supreme peace. So what should be your understanding? That Krishna is the supreme controller. That Krishna is the supreme proprietor. That Krishna is the supreme enjoyer. His fame is all over the world, all over the universe. He is present in every atom. He is everywhere. Krishna is everywhere. Tell me a place where Krishna is not there. Like sun spreads its rays. Similarly, Krishna is present everywhere. Okay? Sun never thinks that I will go to this place, I will not go to this place. I will spread my sun rays on this particular atom, I will not spread on this particular atom. I will give my sun rays to Rajesh, but I will not give it to Mahesh. No. Once sun is risen, it is present everywhere. Similarly, Krishna is present everywhere in every living, non-living entity. It is not like that he is there in my heart, he is not there in your heart. He is present as super soul in our heart. We have soul that is in our body. And what is super soul? Krishna. Krishna is the super soul. So soul and super soul both are eternal. Soul is in minute quantity and super soul is in the huge quantity. So soul is the part and parcel of super soul. So super soul is a whole and soul is a part and parcel of super soul. That should be the understanding. Okay? So we are not God, but we are like God. We are not God. The one who thinks that I am God, he is actually dog. He is not God, he is actually dog. So Srila Prabhupada used to say that the one who thinks that I am God, he is actually not God, he is a dog. Okay? So Srila Prabhupada used to say that chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and be happy. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us this divine mantra. So all of us take the benefit of this divine mantra. Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. So we shall all chant this Hare Krishna Mahamantra repeatedly. That's all. Kaliyug keval naam adhara. Okay, Tulsidas used to say. Okay, so now similarly in the Kali Yuga, this mantra is a instrument using which we can be liberated. Only Mahamantra, no worship, no puja. Only Mahamantra is sufficient to liberate from this material body. Okay, so the one who is in Krishna consciousness can feel real Krishna consciousness. So this is the 5.12. So summary of action in Niskam Karma Yoga given in Bhagavad Gita 5.7 to 12. We have seen in 5.7 to 12. Summary of action in Krishna consciousness. Karma Yoga, action in Krishna consciousness. So actions of a person acting in Niskam Karma platform. Okay, so that is the realization of person acting in Niskam Karma platform. And what is the result? Result of action in such Krishna consciousness explained in 5.10, 12 and also in 7.12. Okay, so in 5.7 talks about mind and senses completely controlled. 5.7 talks about that mind and senses completely controlled. So if I say completely controlled means you have to steadily think about Krishna. If you are thinking about Krishna, it means it is controlled. And not controlled means what? Your mind and intelligence is not steady. And that is the main difference between yogis and us. Yogis have controlled, have got success. They have controlled their mind and intelligence. Body, mind, intelligence. That is given in 5.7. So devotee is always servant to all. Devotee is always servant to all. So devotee is the servant of Krishna. Dasanudas. Dasanudas, 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 Dasanudas. Servant of Krishna. So Krishna is the supreme proprietor and we are all serving for Krishna. This should be the correct understanding. So devotee is always servant to all. Therefore, he is dear to all. So if you have serving attitude, you will be respected in society. and satisfies all. Thus, he is always pure in Krishna consciousness. Okay, so devotee always wants to serve. Can I serve you? Can I serve you? Like this. I am the servant of all. I am Dasanudas. Okay, pure consciousness leads to mind and sense control. So, if your mind is pure, if you are in Krishna consciousness, your senses will be controlled, will be in control. So, mind and senses fixed in Krishna's service, thus no chance of deviating from Krishna consciousness. If your mind and senses are in Krishna consciousness, so there are no chances of deviating from Krishna's service. So, and in 5.10 it is told that acts without attachment, no desire for results. In 5.12, verse number 5.10, it is told by Krishna that you act without attachment. That is the summum and bonum of verse number 5.10. Okay, so don't attach with results. Don't desire the results. The person in Krishna consciousness acts according to knowledge. That body is property of Krishna and engage Krishna. Engage in the service of Krishna. So your understanding should be like that. Krishna is telling Arjuna, oh Arjuna, your understanding should be like that, that whatever you have, this belongs to me. Belongs to Krishna. Krishna is telling Arjuna that whatever you have, Arjuna, it belongs to me. If it belongs to me, so it should be engaged in the service of me, mine. Okay, if something belongs to me, it should be engaged in the service of mine. Hence, devotee surrenders results unto Supreme Lord. Why devotee surrenders unto the Supreme Lord? Because it is the will of Krishna that I have got this job. It is the will of Krishna that I have this body. It is the will of Krishna that I have mind. It is the will of Krishna that I have intelligence. So everything belongs to Krishna. So everything should be used in the service of Krishna. This is the Krishna consciousness understanding. So if you are in Krishna consciousness, this should be the understanding. So Lord Krishna is saying, explaining to Arjuna. Now in 5.11, it talks about act with body, mind, intelligence and senses only for purification. See, if you are in Krishna consciousness, your all these body, mind, intelligence, senses will work for Krishna. So that is the correct Krishna consciousness. That is the correct way of working in Krishna consciousness. And if you work like this, these all will purify your senses, will purify you. So action in Krishna consciousness causes automatic purification. So this is the automatic process. You start chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, this is the automatic purification process. Your mind will change, your body will change, your intelligence will change. Change means it will be purified. If you are not in Krishna consciousness, then also you have body, mind, intelligence, but it is not engaged in, since it is not engaged in Krishna consciousness, in activity, so it is not purified. Once you involve chanting, start chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, this is the beginning of purification. Because done for Krishna's senses, and it is explained in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, iha yasya. Okay, so you start chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, this is the beginning of purification of body, mind, intelligence and senses. Okay, so now, so realization of a person acting in Niskam karma, Niskam platform, Krishna consciousness. Niskam platform is what? This is the platform of Krishna consciousness. So in verse number 8 and 9, it was told that knowledge, no soul is the inactive materially. He is aloof. Okay, so if you are in Krishna consciousness, you are acting in material world, but you are not attached. Okay, so that is told in 5.8 to 9. Now, in 5.7 it is told that sees all living entities as spirit souls, part and parcel of the Supreme. So the one who is in Krishna consciousness, he knows that every living entity is the part and parcel of Krishna. Every soul is the part and parcel of Supreme Whole or Super Soul. And 5.89 it is told that knows material activities and interactions of senses with sense objects. And 5.7 tells that sees all living entities and parcel of Lord. Hence, servants to all living entities and thus dear to all. If your thinking is like every living entity is part and parcel of Krishna, so no one is greater. Krishna is the supreme person. Okay, if you start respecting Krishna, you will be respected in the society automatically. If you are a devotee, you will be respected in the society automatically. So this is the automatic process. You start chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, everyone will respect you. Everyone. I am giving 100% guarantee. Srila Prabhupada used to say, chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, you will be happy. And people will see that you are happy, they will also be happy. Okay, that's why everyone wants to associate with devotee, because they are happy. People think, in those who are in material world, why they are happy, why devotees are so happy. Why? Because they are working for Krishna. They have engaged their body, mind, intelligence, everything, senses in the service of Krishna. And their understanding is that every living entity is part and parcel of Krishna only. If this is the understanding, you will be respected in society. It means what? Nothing belongs to me. Everything belongs to Krishna. Isavasyam idam sarvam. Okay, and whatever I am having, it is the will of Krishna. Okay, so hence waters the root, feeding stomach, satisfies all the lips. So those who are devotee, they waters the root. Who is the root? Krishna is the root. Don't go here and there to other demigods. Krishna is the supreme God. Krishna is the only God, and others are demigod. Okay, so if you know that Krishna is the supreme person, Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, then why you are going here and there? Surrender unto the feet of lotus feet of Krishna. That is the root. So if you are surrendering unto the root, or if you are watering the root, the water will reach to automatically to the leaf and branches. If you are watering to the branches and leaves, there is no guarantee that the particular plant will be nourished. Okay, it's always water the root. So watering the root will nourish the entire plant. If you feed the stomach, your entire body will be nourished. If your hand think that, oh, I will not feed, I will not work for my stomach, I will not feed stomach. Mouth will think, I will not eat for stomach, I will eat for myself. So what is mouth? What is hand? What is eyes? What is ear? These are the limbs of the body. These are the part and parcel of stomach. So they are for feeding stomach. If they stop feeding stomach, the entire body will be damaged. Okay. So similarly, like if you water the root, if you worship Krishna, all the demigods will be happy automatically. And if you feed the stomach, your entire body will be nourished. Okay. Similarly, you are watering the root, you are worshipping Krishna. Same example, analogy is stomach. If you are feeding the stomach, your entire body will be nourished. Okay. So devotee remains aloof and free because of pure in existence, aloof from actions which depend on 5 immediate and remote causes, always conscious of his actual position as a servitor, senses kept in Krishna's service. When you are servitor, when you engage all your senses in the service of Krishna, then it is actually known as dasanudas. Your understanding should be like that: I am das of Krishna, das of Krishna. I am servant of Krishna. So if you serve devotees, Krishna will be more happy than directly serving him. So if you are serving to devotees, Krishna is more happy. If you are serving Radharani, Krishna is more happy. So if you want to get to Krishna, you have to go through Radharani. Okay, so you have to serve Radharani. You have to serve Lord Balram. Okay, so if you are serving Lord Balram, Krishna is more happy than you are directly serving Krishna. You are not serving Krishna, but you are serving Radharani and Lord Balram. Krishna is more happy. So Lord Balram, Radharani, devotees, they are all agents of Krishna. So whenever we have to buy property, we visit to agent, because agent has more knowledge about the property. So he can take you that the right property according to your budget, your requirement. Similarly, the Lord Balram, Radharani, they know better how to reach to Krishna. So if you want to reach to Krishna, you have to serve Radharani and Lord Balram. Okay, so that is the correct way of worshipping. So Krishna consciousness, attachment to Krishna. Body consciousness, attachment to results. So now it is up to you where you want to attach. Whether you want to attach to result or whether you want to attach Krishna. Okay, so if you are attached to Krishna, you will not be entangled into the material world. But if you are not attached to Krishna, if you are attached to results, you will be entangled into the material world, and it is very difficult to come out of it. It is a great problem. Now, summary section of 5.30 to 5.16. The platform of knowledge, entanglement. Knowing the three doers, the soul, the material nature and the super soul. So these are the three doers. 5.30 to 16. The living being who knows that all bodily activities are automatically carried out by the modes of material nature. After those activities are sanctioned by the super soul, attains enlightenment through knowledge. Like sun, wherever sun is there, light is there. So wherever Krishna is there, knowledge is there. If Krishna is not there, that means you are in darkness, you are in ignorance. Okay, so the living being who knows that all bodily activities are automatically carried out by the modes of material nature, after those activities are sanctioned by the super soul, attains enlightenment through that knowledge. Okay, so whatever activity you perform in this material world, it belongs to the three modes of material nature: sato gun, rajo gun, tamo gun. Goodness, passion, ignorance. Whatever you perform, whatever activity you perform in this material, it belongs to these three modes: sato gun, rajo gun, tamo gun. Goodness, passion, ignorance. Now, verse number 13. You see, soul resides happily in city of 9 gates. Navadware pure dehi. Which are these 9 gates? 2 ears, 2 nostrils, mouth, genitals, anus. Okay. So these are all Navadware pure dehi. When he controls his nature and mentally renounces all actions. Okay. So we'll see 5.30. Sarva karmani manasa sannasyaste sukham vasi navadware pure dehi naiva kurvanna karayan. Naiva kurvanna karayan. So when the embodied living being controls his nature and mentally renounces all actions, he resides happily in the city of 9 gates. The material body. So 9 gates means what? This material body. So this material body is made up of 9 gates, or has 9 gates. So neither working nor causing work to be done. He resides happily in the city of 9 gates, neither working nor causing work to be done. Okay. So cause of soul suffering, owing to the forgetfulness of his superior nature and identifying with the material nature. So when you forget Krishna, the absolute truth, the supreme personality of Godhead, you entangled into the ignorance. You entangle into material platform. Okay. So soul placed in body. Soul is placed in body. Lives in the city of 9 gates. Navadware pure dehi. Soul placed in city of 9 gates. What are these 9 gates? 2 eyes, 2 nostrils, 2 ears. 6, 1 mouth, anus and genitals. These are the 9 gates. And soul is placed in this body. Okay. So soul lives in the 9 gates. The soul has a choice, although subjecting oneself to the conditions of the body, one can be beyond those conditions if he so desires. Okay. So now it depends on the soul whether he wants to subject on these Navadware pure dehi, or he cannot depend on these. So if you are in Krishna consciousness, you can easily utilize all these Navadware pure dehi in the service of Krishna. You have eyes, you can look at devotees, you can look at deities. You have nostrils, you can smell tulsi leaves. You have 2 ears, you can listen about Krishna, Krishna Leela, Katha, lectures of Krishna. Okay. And you can use all your Navadware pure dehi in the service of Krishna. Okay. So by process of Krishna consciousness, revives one's original position. So what is the effect of Krishna consciousness? You can revive your original position. So what is our original position? We are all part and parcel of Krishna. Krishna is super soul and we have soul. So Atma and Paramatma ka milan is the only objective of this life. Whatever we are doing, whatever we are thinking, it all should belong to Krishna. If you are not utilizing your organs, your senses, your mind, body, intelligence, you are in ignorance. You are in ignorance, and it will become the cause of entanglement. Okay. So by process of Krishna consciousness, one can revive one's original position, comes out of the embodiment. One becomes completely aloof from bodily activities. If you become Krishna consciousness, you can be completely aloof out of the bodily activities. And in such a controlled life, one liberates, one deliberations are changed, and he lives happily within the city of 9 gates. So these 9 gates are, this is the city, our body is like a city, and this city is made up of 9 gates, and in this city soul lives. So how, if you are living in Krishna consciousness, you can easily come out of these, you can easily utilize all these things for Krishna consciousness. And it is given rightly in Sweta's Vatar Upanishad 3.18. When the living entity identifies with the Lord within himself, he becomes just as free as the Lord, even while in the body. Like Lord is independent, Lord is free. Once you understand Krishna, that Krishna is the supreme proprietor, Krishna is the supreme enjoyer, Krishna is the absolute truth, Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, you can easily cross this ocean. So while living in this body of 9 gates, you will be liberated. Therefore, a Krishna consciousness person is free from the both outer and inner activities of the material body. So he is not entangled. So he is free. Krishna is free. We are also free. So we cannot become Krishna, but we can become like Krishna. Why? Because we are not supreme. Krishna is supreme. Krishna is whole, and we are part and parcel of that whole. So that should be the correct understanding. Okay, and that is told in 5.13. Okay, so we will stop over here. We will start from 5.14 next time. If anyone has question, can ask, or we will stop. Okay, so no question, we will stop. Hare Krishna. श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय। वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। हरे कृष्ण।